Okay, we are recording now. And I want to read to you a little bit. And then, like normal, I don't read these devotions and think, how can this apply to my business? It's just that some of these are like, whoa, I needed this, you know? So I'm going to go through this devotion with you guys, talk about how I feel like it applies to our team, like how I interpreted it. And I'll stick around if you guys have questions about anything. So the reading on this is in Numbers 13:25 through 14:9. And I'm reading out of the NIV. So it says, they came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the desert of Paran. There they reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them the fruit of the land. They gave Moses this account. We went into the land which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is its fruit. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. But the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. The land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. That night, all the members of the community raised their voices and wept aloud. All the Israelites grumbled against Moses and Aaron and the whole assembly and said to them, if only we had died in Egypt or in this wilderness. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be taken as plunder. Wouldn't it be better for us to go back to Egypt? And they said to each other, we should choose a leader and go back to Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell face down in front of the whole Israelite assembly gathered there. The land we passed through and explored is exceedingly good. If the Lord is pleased with us, he will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only don't rebel against the Lord, and don't be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them. So that's the reading. And then the devotion, really quickly, says, after being encamped near Mount Sinai for 2 years, the people of Israel were on the verge of entering Canaan, the land God had promised them. God told them to send 12 spies to assess the land and the people living there. When the spies saw the strength of the Canaanites and the size of their cities, 10 of them said, we can't. 2 of them said, we can. What made the difference? When the 10 compared the giants with themselves and the giants loomed large, the 2, Caleb and Joshua, compared the giants with God, and the giants were cut down to size. The Lord is with us, they said. Do not be afraid of them. Unbelief never gets us beyond the difficulties, the impregnable cities and the impossible giants. It preoccupies itself with them, brooding over them, pitting them against mere human resources. Faith, on the other hand, though it never minimizes the dangers and difficulties of any circumstance, looks away from them to God and counts on his invisible presence and power. What are your giants? A habit you cannot break, a temptation you can't resist, a difficult marriage, a drug-abusing son or daughter. If we compare ourselves with our difficulties, we will always be overwhelmed. Faith looks away from the greatness of the undertaking to the greatness of an ever-present, all-powerful God. When fear knocks, answer it with faith. So over the weekend, I feel like there were a lot of things like I know our family, felt attacked from the devil. I know that I know we all have things that we're facing, and when we look at those things individually and we put the emphasis on ourselves and we think, how in the world am I going to accomplish this? We know we never will. And that gets overwhelming, and then we think, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. And we're right. There is no way that we can do this. But, it sounds cliche, but that saying, like, if God brought you to it, he'll bring you through it. That's what this is saying, God is bringing us to this land of milk and honey. He's walking us through this opportunity, and there are going to be giants against us. Always. Today, tomorrow, the next day. But if we're faithful and we trust, then all we need to do is keep putting one foot in front of the other. We need to keep doing what we know works. Be open to the idea that maybe some of the things that work are a little bit uncomfortable, and just go with it, because we know that God's going to pull us through those things. So that really, like, I read it at just the right time. I know a couple of days have passed since then, and I was like feeling really hyped up about it when I first read it. But even reading it today, I know there are challenges that face me today. And I know that you all are facing challenges today too. But I just know that we're all here for a reason. Again, if God is bringing us to it, He's going to walk us through it. And we need to pray as if it all depends on God, and then we do the work like it all depends on us. So, with that, I have been praying for all of you. You all right? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So they're just in the garage? Okay, Reagan's asleep. So I've been praying for all of you, and I feel more at peace in our own situation here. It's Monday, and so your hashtag for today is Crush Monday. Monday, when everyone else is dreading Monday, that's when we need to be working harder, okay? Because their emotions are at a point, I don't want to say it like they're at a vulnerable spot, but again, like their emotions are at a point where they're really hating their jobs today. And that's when we need to show them that we have something bigger and better for them. So work harder on Monday so you can play harder on the weekend. And I'm going to continue to eat my cherry Pop-Tarts. And if you guys would like to continue this discussion, I'm here for questions.
I want to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yesterday I was at church, and, you know, like you said, some things speak to you about your business and some things don't. But, you know, my pastor who was speaking, you know, that people watch you. When you start things and you don't finish them, what does that show them? What is that showing the people around you? What is it showing to your children? What is it, you know, you can't give up because somebody always is looking forward to you. It's kind of like in your Christian walk. Like you know, there are people that have fallen that look up to you as a Christian, and if you don't stay on that roadway for them, I'm not saying you won't fall down a couple of times or whatever, but if you don't stay on that roadway and that path, well, they're not going to want what you want or what you have, in other words. So he was saying, he was like, if you need a reason not to give up, he said, look to Jesus, that He's going to give you the answers that you need. You know, a lot of people, like, I feel like since we started, like, the top 10 and stuff, we've had so much motivation, and everybody, you know, is talking, communicating, different things, helping each other out. And then boom, all of a sudden, all these things start happening. And that's just how Satan does. Like, he attacks you when you think that you're at your highest peak, and you can't listen to what Satan's telling you, because he's going to tell you you're going to fail. He's going to tell you horrible things that, you know, we have the authority as Christians, as God's people, we have the authority to cast him down and to get him out of our lives. And that is also included in our business, because, you know, God loves us and He wants us to succeed in life. And that really spoke to me at church. So I wanted to share that with y'all.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And, you know, actually, like, you're so right. This is the second time that I've done the top 10. And the first time I followed it, like, pretty by the book as the way it was presented to me at the VIP training with Mike and Pam. And it was set up as individual 20-minute phone calls. So instead of doing something together like this, I would spend 20 to 30 minutes on the phone with Jocelyn, and then I'd hang up with her, and I'd spend 20 to 30 minutes on the phone with Sam, and then I'd hang up with her, and I'd spend 20 to 30 minutes on the phone with Ashley, and I'd spend 20 to 30 minutes on the phone with Emily. And I felt like while it was really great to have the one-on-one conversations with each individual person, that was like 5 hours that I was taking away from my family, or like, I don't even want to say it like that, because it's not that it wasn't worth it to talk to each person individually. It just, this is better. It's better that we have a small group, because I still feel like I'm here individually. If any single one of you has a question, like my goal with this top 10 was to work very closely with each of you individually, but I love the group setting. And I had not even paid attention to that. The more fired up the group got, that's when the things started happening to us individually. So I'm really glad that you pointed that out, because then we can just call it for what it is, pray it out, and move forward.
That's right.
Yeah, that's really good. I also really appreciate the leadership role that you guys have taken on. Now, I do want this to be, so we've gotten like the motivation part out of the way for today, but I also want, you guys are looking to see how to build your business too. So let me give you an example of something that I did last night to help build my business. Also, I wanted to say, Ashley, you're absolutely right. People are looking to us for that consistency. That's one thing that that I've been trying to stress. Like John Eric's been doing trainings. One of his themes for last week was consistency. And it's so true. Like, people don't expect us to be perfect. They just want to see that we keep going. So whether it's in your walk of faith, whether it's in this business where people are expecting you to fail anyway, they're not expecting you to be perfect. They don't expect you to know all the answers. They do expect you to stick with it. Actually, what they're expecting is that you're going to quit. And so what you need to do is to stick with it. So I'm glad that you said that too. Okay, so here's what I was doing last night. I don't even remember where I found this girl. I follow her. No, I don't follow her. Okay. How did I find this girl? I must have searched a hashtag or something. Gosh, she posts a lot. She posts a lot. I'm trying to find the picture that I think I went to. Okay, I'm sorry. I honestly don't even remember how I found her, because I'm not following her. I'm following her now. So I must have gone to the explore page, so the magnifying glass at the bottom of Instagram, if you click on that, it shows you like trending posts. And so I was just going through here trying to find pictures. Like, here's one. Like, this caught my eye. There's a pair of girls right here. You can tell the ones that are going to have like 1,700 likes, and so that's probably like a really, really popular page. And I feel like when I look at a page like that, I think my interaction is going to get swallowed up in the middle of everyone else's. So I want like normal people, not celebrities, not people with videos that have 50,000 views. So this girl, she caught my eye. The caption says, "Not sure when she grew up. Girls' Day with Manny's, Petty's, lunch, and shopping to celebrate Mia's 12th birthday. She starts middle school next week." This was posted 3 days ago, but it showed up on my top posts because this says, based on posts that you liked. So I'm going to like this post. I'm going to go to her to find out that She is not an It Works distributor. All right, and I just followed her. I liked her picture. And I'm going to put a little caption of some hearts so that, oh, I knew that. There we go. When you follow someone, the follow back ratio sometimes can be pretty small. If you follow them and then like a picture, the follow back ratio goes up. If you like a picture and comment on it, the follow back ratio goes up even further. So anyway, that's what I did to this girl last night. She had a picture that showed up in my like posts that I would like, based like the posts that show up based on other posts that I have liked. And I'm scrolling through to see if she's an It Works distributor, and I see a facial before and after picture. And I'm like, wait a minute, was she like, I'm thinking she's probably like a Rodin and Fields distributor, because I look and it doesn't say anything about It Works. And the caption is, chemical peel only day 2, already seeing big changes in my complexion. And I'm like, oh, she likes chemical peels. So I go down a little further. She's got before and after pictures from her very first chemical peel. And so this is not something that I normally do. I just scroll through and I see that she's not a distributor for anything else, and I sent her a message. And the message said, hello, gorgeous, where do you go to get your chemical peel? And she, so she tells me, hi, thank you. Sorry, Daniel's aerating the yard. So if you hear background noise, that's what it is. Sorry about that. It's so nice. We have the windows open. That's why you can hear it so much in here. So anyway, she says, hi, thank you very much. I'm actually going for a second one on the 12th of next month. I was a sun junkie in January, and in January I'll be 40. She gives me the name of the doctor. She's at the medical building right by Imperial Point Hospital. So she's telling me like exactly where she is, thinking that I live locally to her, and I don't. Major changes in just one. I plan to do 3. They are $250 each. Doesn't hurt at all. Peeling like you got a sunburn, but with a soft sponge, it comes right off. My pores shrunk, my blackheads are gone, and my skin is evening out. I'm going to try Botox around my eyes on the 29th. I'm excited. She is so good. She did not only my face, but my chest and shoulders. Seriously, immediately noticeable. Thank you for the compliment. If you go, tell her you're my friend. She may discount for you. I loved it. I also did laser hair removal. Okay. So, like, red flag, red flag, red flag, right? This lady's spending $250 per chemical peel that we have a $36 solution for that she can do at home 2 to 3 times a week that is natural and not harsh. She also wants Botox, so immediately I'm thinking facial applicators, lip and eye cream, wow. Again, all at way lower price points than what she's thinking of spending. So I said, that's amazing. You are gorgeous, with a little kissy face. Building up compliments before I introduce her to products. She says it was worth every penny. And I said, thank you so much for that. And I said, if you'd ever like to be in a trial group for me, I'd love to share a major discount with you and get you the same amazing skin treatments, but with all natural products. And she said, yes, definitely. I'm sure it's a hell of a lot cheaper. I'm just trying to prevent my 40s. So I tell her, wow. So I said, I'm talking $36 for a peel you do 2 to 3 times a week at home. It's amazing. Minimizes pores, gets rid of age spots, acne scarring, etc. $29 for a lip and eye cream. $29 for a lip and eye cream that minimizes fine lines, wrinkles, and puffiness. Plus, it plumps your lips needle-free. $59 for facial applicators that smooth out your face, chin, and neck. Gives you supple, smooth skin. I said, you would love it, girl. Spa results for real. Natural and simple to use. Save you a fortune. I'm in my 30s, and I swear my skin looks the best it ever has. So she says, wow, what line? Do you have a site? And I said, yes, ma'am. It's sparklesreps.com. Click shop, and then go to skin. So this is what she just sent me. I haven't read this yet. She said, awesome. I'll definitely check it out. I'm very interested for this chance because there's so many different products that I would be basically buying. Do you have any referrals or pictures of people have emailed you or showed you the results of a product like a before and after? Because I'd be very curious to see them, you know, the results. And like you said, this is so much easier of a solution. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to send her my own pictures and share my own testimony with her, and also some pictures of some customers. So anyway, that's what I did. I went to that explore page, just was scrolling through some, I don't even remember what picture it was. A picture caught my eye, went to her profile, saw that she was not a distributor, but saw that she had a very obvious interest in skincare. And then I just went for it. I just messaged her. You know, if she had said in her message back, you know, like, I'm loving what I'm doing, I'm not interested in anything else, then I would have been like, okay, well then, you know, maybe you know some people that might be interested, or since you're so interested in it, you may know a lot of people that would really like this, and you might make some extra money on it. So it's not something I typically do. It is a form of cold message, although it was with something else in mind first to build that relationship. So I hope that sharing those conversations helps you guys. I love doing these Zooms, and I like that they're like about whatever devotion has spoken to us, but I also want to help you guys with like specifics to build your business too. So all right, you guys have any other questions right now? The floor is yours if you do. Okay, well, then we'll turn the recording off.